I want to show you guys how I was taught to properly wire up an outlet. So first thing you want to do, make sure your power's off. Just strip this. I already took this. These are handy. You don't necessarily have to have these. If you don't have one of these, you can take a razor blade along there. Some electricians just slice it on both sides and pull it. I've never liked that. I've been worried about it cutting into here. Pull it off and cut the back. Next, you can take your strippers. If it's 12 gauge wire, obviously use a 12 gauge slot. 14 gauge, use a 14 gauge. But you'll just put those in there. Strip those off. So they're like that. Now I want to put a curl on all these wires. You want to make sure the curl is going to match the screw going clockwise. And white always goes to silver and black always goes to gold. So if white's going here, I want to make sure it curls this way around to match the screws. I want this to be clockwise with that screw. Take this and curl it around that way to match and be clockwise with this screw when I put it on. And the black, I'm going to do the other way. It needs to curl up so that as I put it onto this screw, it'll curl and match the screw clockwise. Again, going this way. The ground is going to be the same on this green screw, curling down like the white. Put that on there, curl that, and hook that onto there. Make sure I pull it tight as I tighten this screw. Do the same thing with the white next. Hook that on there. Tighten it, again making sure the curl matches the curl of the screw clockwise. You can flip the outlet over, hook this black on, onto there, tighten that. Now I can bend these wires into here, and as I'm pushing it in, I'm careful to make sure this wire here does not bend up and touch this, or especially bend over and touch the black side. So I will do that, then I can put these two screws in, and we can take and put the outlet cover on. Screw in the middle and tighten it up. These don't need to be overly tight, but you do want them tight enough that the plate's not going to rattle. And then I always, once it starts getting tight, like to make sure it's facing up and down, just so it looks more aesthetically pleasing. So in a double, it's going to be pretty much the same thing except for a little additional hooking up. One of the biggest differences is with your ground wires, you'll cut one of them short, one of them long like this. I'm going to put this one here. It's a special green wire nuts. I always have that hole in the front so you can slide it down and then twist this on, make sure that these get a good connection there. And the only other difference with a double one is you'll hook up each screw, again making sure it goes clockwise with the screw on both sides. You can see this one I did wrong, and that's what's going to happen if you do it the wrong way, is as you turn it, it'll push this off, try to undo it. So you always want that as you tighten the screw, it tightens that wire there. That's the same, you just tuck this in, tighten up these two screws, and put your cover plate on. Thanks for watching.